The teeth thing, never heard that before, but I mean, I get it. You know, yeah, people have their preferences.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I didn't think anything of it. I'm not the kind of person that like, oh my gosh, my feelings kind of thing. I'm like,
Okay.
oh, that's crazy. But yeah.
Okay, and then so Tara, you said he sounded like a TED Talk or something like that.
Yeah, it just seemed like how he was. It was very business. That's how it sounded. And I'm just big on energy, so I was wanting to see more of like his personality, and so that's what I was presented with. So that's how I just assumed he was. And for me personally, I need someone like a bit more like kind of goofy and like fun, and not someone that's just so like business all the time, because I have to be business all the time at work. So when I come home, I want to have fun. Like I want to, and then after he sat down and he was completely opposite, and I was like, dude, what was going on? And they were like, what, Jason, like boring? No, that's not him. And I just wish I could have seen that, so maybe we could have possibly matched or something, but that didn't happen. Still a great guy.
Okay, so if he would have showed more of like his goofy personality, is he someone that's your type, like physically?
Huh?
I know on the show I did say he was like physically, like he would have been someone I would have been interested in knowing just off of initial attraction.
Okay.
But then there's that extra energy part where I would have liked that as well for me to be able to match with him.
Okay. Jason. Go ahead, Jason.
So the way the group chat got started, where all of us got into it, was because the night that we had the show, we decided to all go out. And so to find where everybody was going to go, we created the group chat, right? So that's how that happened. Kind of to what TJ was saying, there was some skerfuffles and things that started to happen as the show got released, as there was difference of opinions, or there was responses of like the comments being sent, all that kind of stuff. I guess from my perspective, like some of the ladies were saying on there, I was confused on the part of like not protecting black women, or what that meant. From our episode, none of us said anything derogatory, rude, crass, or anything like that to any of the women, especially them as black women. We told our experience on the show. We responded to some of the things that were said about us, but none of us were coming at black women, coming at them at all, or anything like that. And so that was super confusing to us as guys. Even people in the comments were like, what are they talking about? There's nobody coming for them as, black women or whatever. And then too, even if that was the case, it was weird to me, because it was like, well, on the show, if you're saying coming at black women, what do you call it when you're telling a black man that his teeth are horrible in front of millions of people? What is that? Is that protecting black men? And so all of that was like super confusing to me.
So just to touch on what I said, the protect black women thing was not that you guys were attacking us, is that you knew who we were as women behind the scenes, and you seen what the internet said about us, and you guys had the opportunity, the platform, the time, the space to be like, hey, you guys should stop talking about these women in that way. We've met them on this level, and they're this way, and they're like, you had the platform to clear that up, and you didn't do anything.
Are you saying like us
So you
comment
wanted
to
them
people,
to-
like to comment on the comments, or what are you specifically saying we should have done?
You had like I said, you had the opportunity to speak up for us in a positive light. Like, let's not act like we're not on these platforms and we have a certain level of power.
Get really blasted with something that's ridiculous. From the episode when I matched with Charisma, right? There was an Instagram or a YouTube video made by some guys that was extremely derogatory, demeaning. They were saying all kinds of nonsense about her. And this is not me being, superhero, but I made a response video to what they were saying, because I shamed them as grown black men about the things they were saying about another black woman on a platform, right? It was disgusting, it was demeaning. And that's a situation where, I'm not, some captain, but at the same time, like, if I'm ever, as a black man in general, seeing a woman being, hurt or something extremely demeaning or derogatory, I'm going to step in. So I guess for me to hear that, it was kind of like, what do you mean? But at the same time, like, for us, it wasn't like you were saying we could change a narrative. It was more so us responding to things. And I don't think it was in that situation needful for us to come on and just say, hey, we should have responded badly to them, because I don't think it was that they said wrong things. Well, everything they said, even on the show, was their preference. The reason, like Ish said, the reason it got highlighted was because of the way that we responded. And I said, the thing is, when you have guys on the platform that have motion outside the show, they're not going to be like crashing out on the show when something's said about them. It's just like, okay, it is what it is.
And this is not to but I'm not saying that you're not. But at the end of the day, like, it's our job to be secure in ourselves that no matter what anybody says, we know who we are. So I could care less what anybody has to say, because I know who I am. So I wouldn't need you to defend me. I wouldn't need to defend myself to all the comments out there.
Right.
I know who I am.
You stand on
Period.
what you
Like,
It's kind of like a roller coaster, but overall, great experience, and I love the outcome that I got. Even though I had bad comments, still I still like the outcome. And I also want to talk to you guys. Yes, we had our ups and downs, but, and we talked about it and you were able to explain. Even when I came up in here too, like, my plan wasn't really to talk to them because I was still upset, but I got over it and I was like, okay, and I came up to you guys and, I still talk to them, because, just drama drains. It's really draining. So I'm really sorry for, coming at you guys how I did.